So you're saying it's hard to find a good worker, and you're absolutely right. But how is that working for you? Just complaining. Let me share what I'm doing in order to find that needle in the haystack. Stay tuned. What's up, fam? This is Vic from Cutz Premium Lawn Care here in Conyers, Georgia. As always, I'm hoping you guys are cutting on. So, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. I'm just a small business owner. Had grown my business to $300,000 last year and trying to cut on to $500,000 this year. So, fam, I just want to share with you some tips today of what I'm doing in order to find that needle in a haystack. Yes, it is hard to find a good worker, but I want to share with you my system of weeding out the bad weeds and throwing that stuff to the side to find that needle, because you got to have a system in order to check off the boxes so you won't be dealing with no bad workers. All right, fam, first thing first. What am I doing to find my needle in the haystack? I already mentioned it before. I'm using Indeed online. Just so you'll know, you see right here, here's some of the candidates that was sent to me, or should I say, here's some of my templates that I have created. Now, basically, in order to create a template, just, sign up, hit post jobs, and it'll walk yourself right through that. Now, here's the thing that's really cool and important that I want to share with you guys. I'm going to share with you how I word my template. Okay. Now, one of the things you can see, my job title. I'm looking for a Lawn Tech 1 through a Lawn Tech 4. Now, they may not know what it is, but I do know what a Lawn Tech 1 through 4 is. And each person is paid differently on the scale. Notice that my job location is multiple locations, and my pay and benefits, I start at 10 and it goes to $15 an hour. I'm looking for full, part-time, and contracts. Here's some of my requirements. Notice it's no experience necessary. I do ask that you be 18 and you graduated or have a GED, that you can lift 50 pounds, effective oral communication, and we're also looking for someone who meet these, I would say, qualifications. I don't need, like I say, any experience at this point in time, because anything that I'm doing in my system, I can teach you how to do the job. They do know that it's seasonal work. They know that what I'm looking for is a dependable person, someone who's reliable, someone who can show up at the job. So just look through my template, or stop the video at any time to get any of this information. So this is step one of weeding out people who pretty much will not fit my model of what I'm looking for. So my next step, fam, is finding that worker candidate, right? And basically, Indeed will send you some information based upon the candidates. The information they will send you is pretty much what they have put in the system, meaning the person who's looking for employment. And right now, I'll scroll through them, and a couple of things that I'm looking for when I scroll through them, I'm looking to see what type of experience they have. Like this person right here has 3 years, another person has only 1. And I really don't care how much experience they have. What I'm really looking for is the other type of work that they had in the past. So I'll scroll through if they have a resume, to see if they did any factory work. I see if they ever worked at Walmart, because at least these conditions may be a little bit tough for them to come outside. Because what I'm trying to do is see whether or not, I don't, put it this way, I done seen people who actually applied and all they have done is office work. And this is a big difference between office and being outside cutting grass. Now, How I weed them out, pretty much I'll look to see how close they are to my business, and if they're really close to me, I give them a check, and what I'll do is I'll do a call. Now here, when you click on the person, you can get their information, as you can see, but I'm not gonna put their information up. But you can see where you can get their call, and they have a resume here, the information down there. I'm not gonna show you all the information, but this is the point why I said I use Indeed, because their number is there, and this is one for free. You don't get you won't get a whole lot of people, but it's enough to where you can give some people a call. Now, of course, if you want to pay, they'll send you more applicants. So at this point, I'll call them up, and I'm going to ask them a few questions. Questions I'm going to ask, number one is, are you still interested in working in the grain industry? Because sometimes, they'll say, nah, I don't want to work, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to go through the other stuff. The second question is that I ask is, do you know where we're located? And I'll tell them where we're located. Are you familiar with that area? Some people say, yeah, I stay down the street. Somebody say, yeah, I passed that building. Some people say, yes. I'm not actually in Conyers. I'm somewhere else. And I try not to hire people who has a long commute, because I know that's going to be an issue of them showing up, so I just don't. The second thing I asked is, do you have a car? Believe it or not, when people are relying on other people, they're not going to show up to work, especially in what I've noticed. So those are the first two things that I asked. Do you know where we're located? And do you have a car? Of course, do you live in Conyers or close by Conyers? That's one of the most important things for me. It's about showing up to work. I can figure the rest out. So after you get that done and everything is working for you as far as the quick phone interview, what you want to be able to do is be prepared to do a Zoom meeting with the person. Because I don't hire people over the phone just because they say, yeah, I can come to work. I used to do that, and I find out that that's not a good way of hiring, because a lot of times they don't think you're serious and they don't show up. And anything that they don't think you're serious, they're not going to give you the respect by showing up. So what I've done is I decided to do Zoom meetings, and this have worked tremendously. Anybody who's ever done my Zoom meeting, they always showed up. I get to see them before they come to work, and I get to present to them the job that they're going to do when they get there. So pretty much in my meetings, my Zoom meetings, what I do is I go over the format of the hiring process, the work that needs to be done, and why I pay what I pay, okay? Like one of the things that you'll be able to do on Google Slides, all you need to have is a Gmail account. If you don't have one, just create a Gmail account. And then what you'll be able to do is go to these 9 dots. These 9 dots will open up, scroll down till you see where it says Slides, then click on Slides. Now, of course, Zoom allows you to share your screen. So I'm gonna just share my screen, or you'll see what's on my screen. Now, this is exactly what the interviewee is viewing, okay? I'm going through all of the information pertaining to my business, how to clock in. You've seen this video. If you haven't seen this video, this presentation, please take a look at it, because it tells you how I want to structure my business, okay? One of the things that was important that they get to see is the positions, because the position tells them how much money they earn. Now, just so I can share this this little tidbit of information with you, I know being able to tell a person how much they qualify for over the phone is very difficult, so I don't. What I do tell them is I have a starting amount. My starting amount, and I'm just sharing this with you guys, my starting amount is $10 an hour for the first 10 days. So they have to make it through the basic training, because, man, I'm not paying these guys $14, $15 an hour to come out, and I'm teaching them how to do certain things. That you got to earn it. So basically, I start out $10 an hour after the 10th day of them coming to work. And when I say 10th day, that means they had the 10 days. Okay? If you miss a day, that don't count towards your 10 days. So at that point, then I assess them where they are far as my business model, or should I say my positions or job duties. And they know this. Because if someone's being hired to be a crew chief and you can't run a crew, you can't cut grass, I am not paying you $15 an hour. That's just not going to work. So hopefully you can understand that this is a way of eliminating the guys coming out and wasting your time, because that's what's happened a lot of times. They're coming out, wasting your time, and then you say you can't find any good workers. This is a good strategy to use. Please, slow the video down. If you have any questions, any comments, please put in the comment section. Maybe I can help you guys out. Once again, use Indeed. Set up your Zoom meeting profile. Have a slide together, and make sure you have your questions on your slides to weed these guys out, because what they're looking for is a true business, and some of us are just not business savvy. We can cut yards, we can cut grass, but let me tell you something. If you're trying to grow your business, what I've learned is that your job is to find someone to help you grow, because we can't cut all this grass by ourselves. The solo operators who just looking for someone to help them out, this is totally different. But I still say that this is a good model of finding you a good worker that can stick with you long term, because they take your business serious because you took your business serious. So hopefully this information will help you out. And as always, Cut On Lawn Care family, cut on. I'm cutting out. Peace.